It's called A Blow Against Hate. President Biden signed a landmark bill protecting same sex and interracial marriage. I'm Tyrone Bowman. This is Tyrone Bowman Tonight. According to an article in USA Today, President Joe Biden signed historic legislation Tuesday protecting same sex marriages nationally, making a major milestone in the fight for gay rights that follows a seismic change in the nation's attitudes. At a ceremony on the South Lawn of the White House, Biden signed the Respect for Marriage Act, making it the law that all states recognize same sex and interracial marriages. Democratic and Republican lawmakers, LGBTQ advocates, and plaintiffs in marriage equality cases were among the thousands in attendance. Today, America takes a vital step toward equality, toward liberty and justice, not just for some, but for everyone, Biden said, toward creating a nation where decency, dignity, and love are recognized, honored, and protected. The new law will protect same sex marriages if the Supreme Court were to overturn the landmark Obergefell versus Hodges decision, which in 2015 legalized same sex marriages in the U.S. Biden said the new law confers to all married couples the federal protection that comes with marriages, such as legal recognition as next of kin when a spouse is ill. For most of our nation's history, we denied interracial couples and same sex couples from these protections, the president said. We failed to treat them with equal dignity and respect. Now the law requires interracial marriage, and same sex marriage must be recognized as legal in every state in the nation. The push to codify gay and interracial marriage rights in Congress came after Associate Justice Clarence Thomas called on the Supreme Court to reconsider other rights established by the Supreme Court in the wake of its June ruling that Americans no longer have a right to abortion. Thomas, in a concurring opinion, backing the overturning of Roe v. Wade, signaled out opinions that blocked states from banning contraception, sex by same-sex couples, and gay marriage. Following the bill's passage in the House, Biden pointed to uncertainty after the Dobbs ruling that overturned Roe, saying the new law restores a measure of security to millions of marriages and families. Between 2,000 and 3,000 lawmakers and advocates attended the ceremony on the South Lawn on Tuesday, including House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. Passing the Respect for Marriage Act wasn't just the right thing to do for America, it was personal to us, to our staff, and our families. And it's certainly personal to me, Schumer said. The tie I am wearing reminds me what this moment is all about. It's the tie I wore on the day of my daughter got married to a beautiful young lady, one of the happiest days of my life. The ceremony was also a star-studded featuring performances from singers Sam Smith, who is a non-binary, and Cyndi Lauper, who sang Stay With Me and True Colors, respectively. Dozens of past plaintiffs in lawsuits who fought for marriage equality watched the ceremony from the White House steps. Lauper, who has advocated for LGBTQ rights, thanked the president and those who helped get the bill passed. We can rest easy tonight because our families are validated, Lauper said during a special appearance at the White House press briefing. Now we're allowed to love who we love. For Biden, his signature on the legislation strengthens a reputation as the most LGBTQ president in U.S. history, a legacy that started when, as vice president in May 2012, Biden got ahead of his boss, President Barack Obama, by saying he was absolutely comfortable with men marrying men or women marrying women. With what this is all about, a simple proposition. Who do you love? Biden said at the time during an appearance on NBC's Meet the Press. Biden recalled that moment during Tuesday's remarks. I got in trouble, he joked, and asked the same question from 10 years ago. Who do you love? And will you be loyal to that person you love? He added, it's not more complicated than that. The law recognizes that everyone should have the right to answer these questions for themselves without the government interfering. There were about 710,000 married same sex couples households in the U.S. in 2021, and about 500,000 unmarried same sex couple households, according to data from the Census Bureau's annual American Community Survey. The new law does not require that states issue marriage licenses to same sex couples, but that they accept the legitimacy of valid marriages performed elsewhere. The legislation cleared the House last week in a 258 to 169 vote, with 39 Republicans joining all Democrats, and passing the Senate 69 to 39, with 12 Republicans voting in favor. The bipartisan votes reflect a rapid sea change in views about same sex marriage, which even many Democrats were reluctant to support a decade ago. Biden concluded his remarks by pointing to more theoretical changes ahead, when a person can be married in the morning and thrown out of a restaurant for being gay in the afternoon. This is still wrong, he said. Almost lost my feed there. Biden voiced his support for legislation that would expand federal civil rights laws to LGBTQ people and said, "We must stop the hate and violence on display." In last month's shooting at an LGBTQ bar in Colorado Springs, Colorado, that left 5 dead and many more wounded. He also called out the hundreds of call-outs cynical bills introduced in many states targeting transgender people. The antidote to hate is love, the president said. The law and the love. It defends, strikes a blow against hate in all forms. I'm Tyrone Bowman. Never surrender, never quit.